Hey guys, I'm Sarah Jane and welcome to my channel.
So hit me. So hit me.
Today we have a guest star. We have Leslie Latrice here, which I'll be listing all of her information down below. Leslie and I are both on a Europe rotational deployment and we are both YouTubers. Leslie, you want to talk about your channel a little bit?
Yes, so my name is Leslie Latrice and my channel pretty much consists of traveling vlogs, a little bit of Army talk, and I just do advice and less talks and just talk to everyone on my channel, and that's it.
So we filmed a video on Leslie's channel, so make sure you check that out after you watch this video. And then this video is gonna be our experiences in different combat arms battalion. So starting with Leslie, we'll kind of talk about what you do.
Okay, so currently I'm in a Field Artillery unit and I am the chemical officer in that unit. I'm the only chemical officer in the unit, and I branch detailed chemicals. So pretty much my job is to provide the commander with any and all information, recommendations about CBRN, biological, radiological, and nuclear warfare. So with that, me branch detailing chemical means that I will be a chemical officer for about 3 to 4 years, and then I would transition into adjutant / AG, which is more so on the human resources side. So currently, I'm still the CBRN officer, but I work in the S1 shop as the assistant S1.
Awesome. So she has a really fun job. My job, I am in what's called a forward support company. So you have 3 branches. You have transportation, ordnance, and quartermaster. When you make captain, they all become one branch called logistics, but you learn different parts of that branch before you reach that point. So I'm a transportation officer, and currently right now I am the executive officer in a forward support company. Which leads us into our second point, which is the importance of support within combat arms. So Leslie, you want to go first?
Yes. CBRN training is kind of lower in priority than doing like your tables and training in gunnery and things like that for field artillery units. With my branch, it is my job to pretty much sell the training, make sure that they get the necessary training done that is supposed to happen annually. Just because CBRN doesn't happen that often, like in the real world, doesn't mean that we don't need to train on it. And so that is where support comes into play, like especially with mine, because when I tell you, they do not like CBRN, just mainly because of the uniforms you have to wear, the mask, everything. And having to wear that and then still do your regular job when you're like out there training in the field and things like that, they don't like it. So you have to sell it so that, you know, they enjoy doing it, and or incorporate that into their training objectives throughout the year.
One thing that they always say is that amateurs talk about tactics, professionals talk about logistics. Being in a forward support company, we make sure that everybody gets their beans, bullets, food, parts, anything that a unit, a line company needs to keep it themselves in the fight comes through our company, aka also comes through me because I'm the one coordinating everything. So one of the things that I cannot stress enough with my fellow brethren that are in the line companies is how important it is to coordinate with me so I can make sure they get the stuff they need. So yeah, so sometimes what I have done is just make sure that I have a very good relationship with other XOs in the line companies, and I try to come across as helpful as possible to make sure that I can help you stay in the fight. What do you need from me? And we create a plan, but if I don't go out of my way, like literally go out of my way to be like, hey, what do you need? It's not gonna get done. And then they're in the middle of the fight and they run out of fuel and they run out of food and it's just bad. So just making sure that they understand how important support is to keeping them in the fight, I think is just something that I routinely am challenged with.
Agreed.
Going into our next point, which is making sure your leadership understands your career progression.
Right. So with CBRN, like I mentioned before, I'm the only chemical officer in my battery or in my battalion. So it's important that I make my senior rater and my rater aware of the progress that I need to make. Meaning like what key leader positions I need to be in, you know, when I need to be rated, how long I need to be in a certain position, and if I need to leave, you know, the battalion or the battery or whatever, so that I can go on my glide path. Because you're more than likely, when you're in a support branch in a combat arms unit, your senior rater or rater is of that combat arms branch, i.e. my senior rater and rater are field artillery. So they're not as well versed in what positions I need as a CBRN officer. So it's my job to let them know that I should probably be in an XO position in my 3rd year. I should probably get a PL position sometime soon, you know, whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, or something like that. So you have to definitely let them know like where you need to be in order for you to progress. If you wait for them, you might miss the boat.
They do say in the military that the person that cares the most about your job is you. So it definitely is your responsibility. I think that in my job, being in the forward support company is probably not as challenging in that aspect, in that since we are a whole company, my senior rater can just talk to my rater and just be asking like, hey, what does she need to do next? Where does she need to go? And there's crosstalk going on. So I think it's a little bit easier on my end than it is on yours. But that does lead into our next and final topic, which is that your senior rater, if you are in a combat arms battalion, your senior rater is biased towards their own branch. So you have to work harder to stand out among your peers. So the way it works in the military, you kind of have a report that gets given to you after an extended period of time, and you are rated versus your peers, which can be a challenge. You know, some people are really competitive about it. And if other peers are the same branch, so like for me, my peers are all armor officers, I'm a support person, my senior rater is an armor guy. So he's probably, I'm not meaning to, but he's probably gonna be a little bit more biased towards his armor lieutenants. What can I do that makes me stand out versus my peers to show that I am an asset to the team? Right. What do you feel about it?
I feel like I do have to do that. But me being at the battalion level makes it easier, so to speak, because actually me being at the battalion level and me having all the additional duties that I have as a CBRN officer, because obviously CBRN doesn't happen every day, all day. So like I can't do my job every day. I have to find other things to do to contribute to the battalion. So with that, I have an additional duty, which is being the EO, which is our Equal Opportunity Officer at the battalion level. Also the unit status report representative at the battalion level, which kind of gives me more access to interact with my senior rater and my rater. So I'm able to actually get that FaceTime with him that other field artillery men are already getting because they're field artillery. So I do feel like I can maintain that competitiveness within my peer rank group because of those additional duties that I learned myself that I was appointed to because I asked to be appointed to. So that, going back to topic 3, you have to be able to, was it topic 3 or was it topic 2? Topic 2, you have to be able to sell not only your branch, but yourself, because you are a representation of that branch. So with that, I just feel like you kind of have to set yourself up so that your senior rater knows who you are, knows what you're contributing, and your rater knows what you're contributing to the battalion. And that also goes into what we call a support form. So when you are being rated, you were to fill out a support form, which is essentially like you being a car salesman. Like,
this is why I'm awesome.
Yes, like you're literally writing everything you did down and how well you did it, like quantitative and what is it? Quantitative and qualitative data. You're doing all of that and you're putting it all there to give to your rater and see your rater to pretty much write your evaluation, and that's what you have to do. Sell your branch and sell yourself so that you get a good OER.
I will say I completely agree with her in that first, if you're in a support area within a combat arms battalion, you have to be the master of your craft. Like, you have to be the best at your job, because there's probably only one or a few of you within the battalion that can do that job.
Yes.
Once you are a master of your craft, that's when you can branch out and do those other things, like she's the EO. For me, my additional duty is a public affairs officer. So I go out when they do gunnery, when they do anything crazy, I go out and take pictures, take videos, collaborate them together, mesh them, put them on the Facebook page, get people to share them, like them. Like, I go out of my way to ensure that people are viewing our battalion in a good light. That's been especially helpful on this deployment, where NATO, division, other people are looking at us and seeing what a good job we're doing, and it attributes back to me just being on the battlefield, just taking photos. And that, I think, is what's key, is master of your craft, and then finding out what you can do that's above and beyond, is different than what everybody else is doing.
Agreed. I'm the unit public affairs representative too.
Well, there you go.
YouTubers, just using our craft.
That's awesome. But yeah, so that sums up our video for today, guys, which is our experiences in different combat arms battalion. So to kind of recap what we talked about, we explained our different branches, the importance of what we do within our battalion, making sure that the leadership understands our career progression, and then our senior rater being biased towards our branch, so working harder to stand out, or what you can do to be special among your peers. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Make sure you head out to Leslie's channel. Everything is going to be in the description box below to see the video that we made for her channel. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, guys. And we will see you guys in another one. Bye.
Bye.